All right, guys, so we are here. We are at the rally. We're about to go and check out the marches. As you can hear, there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of energy against Trump. We are super excited. We got our signs. Me and David are both about to go out, and we're about to join the protest. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey guys, welcome to CD Media.
David and I joined with other Florida leftists to protest the Trump administration's recent tirade of unconstitutional actions.
This was my first protest, and despite what the right-wing media would make you think, this was a peaceful protest. It was packed with an incredible energy and amazing people.
Yeah! That's awesome. I resist! I resist!
There were passionate speakers, such as Remy, a former Florida state senator, and Obsidian Tiburon, both of which have interviews later in the video. The crowd was so loud you could barely hear the speech, both in the protest and in the video. These issues are at the forefront of many protesters' minds, so we decided to speak with a few of the activists, such as...
I don't like him.
Me neither.
I want him gone.
Yeah.
He should have been in jail a long time ago. I mean, really.
Uh-huh.
Really.
You can attempt to overthrow a country. You can attempt to do anything.
He's the worst felon ever.
Yeah.
And you know what? Elon Musk gets to see our IRS or whatever. We've never seen Trump's tax papers yet. Still, and no one's talking about that anymore. You know?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's corruption all the way through. He gets to take advantage of the amount of money he has, not paying any tax, and now he's letting Elon into our Treasury Department and have access of our bank accounts.
But if you think about it, really, if we could have just put him in jail.
Oh yeah.
When we should have.
Yeah, he attempted
then
a coup.
He wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Then we wouldn't be here. Eggs would still be high priced.
Can we get one more Trump stomp from you?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Black and white. Saddle shoes for America.
The anti-establishment kicks. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Take him back.
Whoa!
Along the way to our next conversation, we were handed a characteristics of fascism note. Pause the video if you want to give it a read. I think you'll find there's a lot of similarities with our current administration.
Hi, so I'm Colby with CD Media, and you are?
I'm Kat.
So super good to meet you, Kat. What brings you to the protest today? What's got you the most mad? There's a lot.
The most mad is Jesus preached all about love. Love your neighbor. Love the imprisoned. Love everybody.
Right.
And these idiots are taking the Lord's words and twisting them and perverting them towards evil. They're taking everything that I held dear, that America's home of the brave, home of the strong, and they're smashing it down. And we're becoming everything that we were raised to despise and fight against.
Exactly right. I couldn't agree more. I tell you too, it's so terrible is that he doesn't even have knowledge about the religion that he gets to grift about and try to control so many people. You know, he was asked about
I love that the Pope calls them out.
Yeah, but you know, he doesn't even know the difference between the Old and New Testament. It's like, how can you call yourself a Christian?
Exactly.
Hey, thanks for your time.
Exactly. You're welcome. And you know, I never tolerated bullies anyway. Yes, I'm white, I'm straight, I'm an American, and I come from Irish roots, and we were persecuted when we first came here. It's time, if you have the power and you have the security to fight back, then you fight back for those that can't.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your time.
And after our interview, we heard some commotion through some tall grass.
Oh no.
Get out of our country! All right, guys, so it is crazy down here. As you guys can hear, the energy is otherworldly. Everyone here is all united. We had a Trump supporter pull up a little while ago. And, there's even a sign inside the cars pulling by. What is your overall reaction, David?
Yeah, like you said, the energy is crazy out here. The support is overwhelming. We're passing by people. They're saying that they like our signs, and we're saying we like their signs. It's a good energy here, and we're getting good interviews. And it's awesome. We should honestly be doing this more.
Yeah, definitely. We'll keep on showing you guys what we find out.
And with spirits high, we continued on with the interviews.
It's hard to pin down a single thing.
There's a lot,
for
yeah.
me. I think two of the most glaring things are the idea that I don't think it's an idea. I think it's true that he behaves more like a king than a president.
A real fascist.
The way that he seeks immunity for his actions and tries to subvert the checks and balances of our system and tries to go against Congress, sack the Supreme Court, so that no matter what he does, it's going to happen and that he won't face recourse. Obviously, we're not going to let that be the case.
Exactly.
That and just I mean, you can see my sign here. The way that the current administration just doesn't seem to treat certain groups of people like objects and not like people, as if they don't deserve to be recognized by the name that they choose to or make their own decisions.
Which also impacts the ways that those people are able to vote or get passports.
Exactly, the way that they can vote, the accesses to housing and jobs and health care that they all
And just
have.
like your sign says, it's not just gay and trans people being affected by some of those bills. Yeah, it's also, I mean, it's everybody, and
I'm an American. I love my country,
right?
And I believe that we all should have the right to live our own lives. That's
Goddamn
what the
right.
country was built on. They're Americans. They have the right to freedom. So, I mean, as any human does, and that's where I'm at. That's why I'm here, because some people aren't given the same freedom that everyone else is.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, thank you for your time, brother.
The people here were personable and hilarious, both with their signs, amazing costumes, and even some celebrity lookalikes, all of which had a very powerful message about just how far this administration has gone.
All right, guys. Hey, I'm Colby with CD Media, and we're over here with my friend Kermit the Frog.
It's actually Carlos the Frog.
Well, what's
I'm not affiliated at all with Kermit. Well, currently, I'm a little upset with how they're treating the federal workers. They literally said that they want to terrorize the federal worker. They want to actually. It was originally called RAGE. Retire all government employees.
Yeah.
They eventually changed it to DOGE. But it was actually a plan by billionaires that they want to retire all government employees and start the network state.
Yep.
It's supposed to replace the democratic system. They want to replace it with the network state where companies are in charge. Trump said this last year, and he called it a freedom city. He wants freedom cities across America. They want to get rid of the government employees.
Which is terrifying. These people have been workers for years, fighting for me and your rights. Yeah, I mean, I agree. The collapsing of our rights around us, constitutional crisis, man.
Yeah.
That's why it's so good to be out here with like-minded people.
I remember my mom has worked for the government for over 25 years. She died last year, but through those years she was completely devoted. She loved her federal work. She was still a Trump supporter. I remember we were once harassed by a Trump supporter years ago. She was attacked when we were inside of a hotel. He just started screaming at her saying, fuck you and your government ID. How dare you guys? You're getting all these benefits from the government. She genuinely did not think that her own party would hate her this much, but they genuinely do. They are disgusted by government employees.
Yeah, they are, and they're turning on their own. We saw it inside his first campaign as well, turning on people like Mitch McConnell just for simply going against him and defending the Constitution of our country.
Yeah.
Man, thank you so much for your time, and Kermit. It was a pleasure to meet you, my friend.
And now, before we hear from the speakers at today's event, let's admire the creative talents of the protesters, including some music.
This goes out for Article 1 on freedom of speech. All right. Attachment, detachment, overreaction, love, hate, red lies, contemplate, broken smile, deviate, distance, withdrawal, concrete walls, if what's this gonna solve? Standing on your front porch, beating on your door. Please let me in, though we've been here before. Avoidance tactics don't make any sense. Not gonna beg, fight, and plead for you to come back to me, so we can start the cycle all over again. Knock, knock, you don't answer, I'll kick that motherfucker in.
The event began to slow down, and we had the opportunity to talk to both speakers face to face. First with Guerdy Remy.
So hi, I'm Colby with Colby and David Media, and I just heard your speech earlier, but if you want to reintroduce yourself, that'd be awesome.
Yes, my name is Guerdy Remy. That's Guerdy Remy. I am the State Committee woman for Seminole County. I am the Vice President for Central Florida Progressive Caucus, the State Board Chair for the State Progressive Caucus, and Florida Now, state and local. The goal is oppressors are all around, so we need to be in these spaces to find people and to fight it. So it may seem like a lot of title, but it's because there's a lot of impacted people in those spaces.
I mean, I think we need more progressive heroes just like yourself, fighting inside every single aspect we can. But I wanted to ask you, as a representative, what is some of the scariest stuff that is happening right now? Is it the firing of federal workers, or what is scaring you the most?
So that's very personal for me because I'm also a nurse. My day job is a nurse.
Oh, wow.
And what keeps me grounded is that government is big and people don't understand that. But when I go into like facilities, hospitals, nursing homes, etc., detox hospitals, I see real people, real working people like me, real folks, or people who are struggling. So that's my motivator, first of all, because it's like we're taking away health care from those people
that need it.
That needs it, right? Mm-hmm. And then people, all of us are putting money into it. Like, for example, the Medicaid expansion. We're paying in it. When I was a travel nurse, Maine, Vermont, Massachusetts, they've all taken that federal money, and like most of their people are covered medically. Here, we have from 26 years old, well now back to 21 because Obamacare might be repealed, but from 26 years old all the way to like 64 years old that they don't have medical insurance or medical coverage.
Well, I haven't even heard that Obamacare might be repealed. That's big, scary.
They're trying to repeal the age, the 26 years old one. So if somebody's 26, 27, once you hit that 26-year-old, you're no longer insured or under your family. And then if their job doesn't give it, or you know how these enslavement jobs give you like part-time jobs, but give you full-time hours, so they don't have health insurance. So that's one. So I see that every day. I see how just getting people into like food pantries or giving people like financial assistance as a case manager. So these are things that we see all day. Unhoused people. I live in Altamont Springs. We don't have an unhoused shelter. So when the hurricanes occur, they're either coming to other areas, but yet we have cities that take our tax dollars and don't use it. And on a bigger level, we have, Elon Musk, who is cutting more services from services that we didn't have in the first place, education, and involved with our treasury. So for me, it's like you're stealing our money, keeping us blind, making us have discord with each other, so we don't see at the end of the day, you're becoming like one of the dictatorships that I've spoken about. Right.
No, yeah, you're so right. I've never heard a single person say, you know what the U.S. education system needs? Less money.
Exactly. It's already, the teachers are underfunded already, right?
Right.
We have like, the students they're taking away that school
lunch. Yeah.
Right? The funding for school lunch. And we have,
we don't want to feed poor kids. I mean, how much more evil can you get?
But meanwhile, we have billionaires in office.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense. I'm like, make it make sense for me.
A friend of mine recently said you can only have a society strong as your weakest chains, and if our billionaires have to walk over bodies on the way to their corporate offices, we're failing.
As a former New Yorker, we used to say that because on Fifth Avenue, next to all those fancy buildings, we would have unhoused people just like laying down. And technically it was like people just passing by, right? They're not walking over them, but that's the same concept. Like, how do you not see the most impacted people in our country? And then want them to work in your organizations, in your companies. Right, like Walmart or like Target. Like, you're paying people barely minimum, not livable wages, and then putting all that money into politicians so you can stay
in power.
Right? From billionaire to trillionaire. So we are going into an imperialist area, and people need to understand this is the direction. As Americans, we fought from the imperialist power. We fought for religious freedom, to have no religion or religion, right? And it's in our Constitution to have education. So it's like we are regressing to all the things that did make us a better person or a better country.
Right. When he says he wanted to take us back to the 1950s, he meant it.
I think way back even, right?
Yeah.
Because at this point, even like having women or people with their reproductive rights, I mean, like even, and they're probably going to try to take away women or people's votes.
Yeah, they are already trying with the whole birthright or birth certificate thing. I mean,
so my goal is to just keep us aware of what's going on, and so people may feel unempowered, but even just like calling your representatives, keep calling, because they have to track those phone calls.
Right.
And maybe we can have a moderate Republican that says, you know what, they're right. like I'm gonna vote against this.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, this is for everyone. This is why this was nonpartisan, because we all suffer.
Right.
When I, as a nurse in an ER or whatever, I don't ask people what their party association is, right? I treat them for their illnesses and their disease process. And so as a country, we have a disease process, and it doesn't matter who you are. What has happened in the past has happened. Whoever voted did vote, but at the end of the day, rural areas, urban areas, marginalized areas are going to be the one to mostly be affected. So my goal is to let them know, listen, it's okay, come now and let's fight this.
Yes. Thank you so much for your time. That was incredible. Hope you all have a great day.
And after a thought-provoking talk with Guerdy, we now hear from Obsidian Tiburon, a political activist.
Hey guys, it's Colby, and I'm here with
Obsidian Tiburon.
Awesome name. So yeah, we were just wondering, we heard your speech earlier, really powerful stuff. And we were wondering, what gets you the most mad? Why do you feel so patriotic about this? And what's the most important to you?
Honestly, the thing that gets me the most mad is the fact that he's trying to put up concentration camps, literal concentration camps in Guantanamo Bay, where we cannot protest against that on an island. You know, in other countries where we cannot go lock ourselves to the cages and do anything about it. It's literally like Nazi Germany all over again, concentration camps. I think that is the biggest red flag. And if anyone is looking at that and thinks that it is okay, they're wrong. You're just wrong.
Hell yeah, I 100% agree with you. I mean, the awful stuff that has happened in Guantanamo, we actually did a video on that. I mean, it's some of the most inhumane torture that has ever happened in America's responsible for it.
And that's my indigenous island. I am indigenous from Cuba. My family comes from Cuba, and we are the Taino. And we are part of we spread throughout the whole Caribbean, from Puerto Rico, which is also known as Borinquen, or Dominican Republic, Quisqueya, Haiti, known as Haiti today, and Cuba, or Cubao.
And it's not just immigrants that are losing rights right now either. I mean, obviously they're getting sent to Guantanamo, awful stuff, but also here are trans people, are women losing rights to access to vote. It has to match their birth certificate.
They're even trying to use the 14th Amendment to outlaw Native Americans and our birthright citizenship to America, where the colonizers took our land.
I'm so yeah. I mean, that's terrible. I mean, literally, it's some of the most like cartoonishly mustache twirling evil.
That's what I wrote. And I'm writing a memoir about what this is like from the front lines, as an activist on the front lines, and my thoughts and my experiences and all this. And on the day of his inauguration, the Orange Monster is what I call him, Muskrat and Fuckerberg.
I really like Mango Mussolini. Hey, but it was awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Next, we spoke to Sophia, another attendee who had a powerful message that hits close to home for myself and many other Americans.
I am here with
Sophia.
Great to meet you, Sophia. So, yeah, the energy here is amazing. What got you excited today, and what made you decide to come out and protest?
So, I work in research.
Right.
And a lot of the executive orders that Trump has passed has impacted research by decreasing the amount of indirect funds that the NIH can...
My brother works in research as well, COVID lab. He might lose his job, Yeah,
I actually work with like neuroscience and cancer biology.
Wow.
So if we don't get the money right, we can't do the research. And the United States, it's probably like #1 in biomedical research right now. So this is going to impact a lot of people. A lot of other countries also use the research that we do here to work on their own research and find their own solutions to problems and things. So this would not only would affect American people, but also affect people internationally. And on top of that, I think a lot of the executive orders that Trump is doing are unconstitutional, right? Because he does he does not have the power of the purse. That's Congress. Things that Elon Musk is doing, he's not confirmed by Congress to be acting in the executive branch. So that is also something that I'm protesting against.
I mean, even the powers he's already been given are unconstitutional, right? That's why the courts are already trying to block it right now. But I mean, I hope it goes all the way through. But yeah, I mean, I 100% agree with you. You're talking earlier about how people in other countries now are suffering from the actions of these. I mean, stuff like USAID is absolutely detrimental for some other countries. You know, it saved 38 million lives over its lifetime. You know, that those sorts of organizations are the most important thing. What was your reaction whenever you heard that it was being blocked funding for?
I was definitely heartbroken. Yeah. Right, because as humans, I feel like we should help everyone out, regardless of nationality, regardless of where we're from. So, Yeah, and the thing that you said about the judicial branch too, I think I saw him or Elon saying they can't tell us what to do, whatever, but our country was literally founded on the power of checks and balances, and they're completely going over that.
Did you see that tweet that Trump made? It was eerie. It was like, he who saves his country cannot break the law.
I saw that. That's crazy. That's insane.
It's not dictator talk.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, well, thank you so much for your time. You were awesome to talk to.
Cool. Thank you guys so much for
Thank you.
And for our penultimate interview, another person there named Moss spoke for the rights of the disabled.
I'm here with
Moss.
Great to meet you, Moss.
Nice to meet you.
So, yeah, what got you so fired up? Why do you feel like you need to be here today? What pulled you out? And, not just another day online, just, here we are in the streets. What decided to make you come out?
Well, this is actually maybe my 10th protest that I have rallied here. Started when I was a little kid. I feel like just our biggest power that we have ourselves is our voice. Yeah. And what they want us to do is just be as quiet as possible. And my daddy's from New York, so I was raised to be as loud as fuck. And I just feel like with everything going on, even me, I'm disabled, even though I don't look like it. Trump pushing is changing in the 504 and those executive orders. It's already hard enough to be being disabled, living in an able-bodied world. We don't need an orange man making it a little bit harder. I'm out here not only marching for that, but marching for my friends who can't march themselves, marching for their families, marching for the people who are voiceless. So I will use my privilege and I'll use my voice.
Well, that's powerful stuff. I mean, yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Someone attacking the disabled. I mean, how much lower? That's just beyond low. Yeah. Same guys that are taking the food away from poor children. I mean, it's just all awful. Oh, yeah. I was curious on what your thoughts are about the things like the new laws that are affecting the birth certificate stuff that affects voters. Basically, in order to vote now, you might just have to have whatever your legal name is on your birth certificate, which means married women, trans men and women are going to be inside a lot of trouble when it comes to voting, right? Oh, yeah. How did that make you feel when you first heard about it?
When I first heard about it, it was very disheartening because I myself wanted to change the marker on my birth certificate. That was something I was looking forward to, but with everything going on, it just feels like it's another step towards eliminating whoever they don't feel fits in. Right. Because their comfort is at the cost of our life. Our comfort makes them uncomfortable. So for them to be comfortable, they got to strip that away. And I mean, when was the last time you were flying? Like up in a plane?
Probably about a year ago.
When you look down from the plane, do you see any walls or borders or anything?
No.
No, you just see land, right?
Yep.
We're all on the same earth. We're all breathing the same air. We bleed the same blood. Mm-hmm. So why not fight for each other? And make it not even a better place for ourselves, but for the people in the future. Yeah. Because, this will ripple. I mean, people here have been fighting the same fight since the 60s, the 70s.
I mean, we're denying asylees right now.
Exactly.
People running away from political or physical persecution. Like, what more are we supposed to do? We're the wealthiest country in the world and we can't help these people?
Yeah, I always joke we're a third world country with a Gucci belt.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's nothing great about America other than that you can come here and be scared for your life if you want.
And maybe you can play the lottery system and become a billionaire. Yeah.
Who knows? You want to go to Disney too? Cool, but that's about it. That's all you can do.
Yeah, totally agree with you, man. Yeah. Hey, thank you so much for your time. And your name was Moss? Colby.
Nice to meet you, Colby.
Yeah, you too.
And finally, a word from Orlando's friendly neighborhood freedom fighter.
Hey guys, back with Colby, and I am with...
Spider-Man.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Well, hey, what inspired you to come out here today? What's got you the most mad? What are you feeling right now?
Well, current events, politics, I'm not going to lie, I never cared about politics until everything that has happened, right? Like, everything that's been on the news, especially Elon Musk and that Roman salute. Like, what the hell was that?
And then the defense of it was the funniest thing in the world, right? Like, they're like, oh no, he's just autistic.
Like, what? Dude, that's not an excuse.
Yeah, it's wild. And all of these rights that are disappearing now, like some of the things that scare me the most is like the voter stuff and like trans people losing a lot of rights. What's some of the stuff that scares you the most?
To be honest, I have a lot of friends that might be impacted. Like, I got a friends that are immigrated. Like, I'm scared if that affects them. Like, I'm scared for their families, and I'm scared I'll never see them again. That's like just the thought of that is so terrifying to me.
Yeah, I can't agree more, man. Yeah, the ICE raids and everything. It's dystopian, right?
Yeah.
We need a hero like Spider-Man. But yeah, how you were out here today. Did you like the energy of the protest? What was some of the favorite stuff that you saw?
Yeah, absolutely. There was a bunch of people over here. Earlier I saw Captain America. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right? And then Mandalorian, he left as soon as I got here. That was also pretty cool.
Yeah, did you see Kermit as well?
I did see Kermit. I did. It was like a little puppet. It was super cool.
Yeah, man. Hey, thank you so much for your time, brother, man. Keep fighting the good fight.
All right, we'll do. Hey, I'm just your friendly neighborhood freedom fighter.
Yes, sir.
That's a Spider-Man pose. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed the protest as much as we did, and I look forward to going to more. Now is the time to stand united against authoritarianism and with democracy.
I'm sure many of you watching feel angry at the current administration, and if any of you watching feel just as mad as we do about some of these issues, and you want to make a difference, contact your local senators. Call them, just like Remy said earlier in the video, and be sure to check out the 5051 website to find the protest near you to let your voice be heard, and shoot us a like and subscribe to see more videos just like this. Peace!